Welcome to Grumpy or Cranky Old Anglers, everybody.
Yeah,
I want to wish everybody a happy Turkey Testicle Day.
Well, alrighty then.
Just saying.
That will. That's something new. I think you and I talked about this before.
We've talked about it for years now. We got here at Parkside Tavern over in Huntley, Illinois. Every year, day before Thanksgiving, all the kids come home from college and they have a huge turkey testicle festival. We're talking live band, cold beer, all the turkey nuts you can consume. And by the end of the month, it usually means porta potties full to the brim. So I haven't been there in a while. But it's a good time. I was asked if maybe I wanted to go out there, and I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I know a buddy of mine's daughter's out there, so he might want to go keep an eye on her. But we'll see. Lyle wanted me to go live from it. And I said no. Because if I go live, then Troy's going to make me eat someone's will super chat me into eating some turkey testicles. And I've been there for about 11 years straight back in the day. And I have not had a one. And I'm going to keep it that way.
Yeah. I got to tell you, Mark, and since this is cranky or grumpy or whatever the hell we decide,
cranky old anglers.
I'm no nut eater, so
nope.
I had them by mistake one time, and I had to go spit it out. I mean, just knowing what it is, I can't do it. Now, a lot of people eat them; they love them, and I've cut 1,000,000 hogs. I used to help a guy do stuff like that on his farm, and he'd let me hunt there, and it worked out really good. But he'd always wait till the friggin' hogs was ready to ship. You know, they weighed 250 pounds before he do them, and he would bale up Sudan, which is stuff they feed cattle and different things. It's like hay, except a whole lot heavier. And he wouldn't do 65 or 80-pound bales. He'd fill them up. The damn things weigh 150 pounds. And he'd wait till it was getting ready to rain, and then he'd call and say, "Hey, I need some help getting this in." Oh my God.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that at all. And people say, "Oh, it tastes like turkey or it tastes like gizzard, fried gizzard." I've never eaten a gizzard either. Not interested. So I don't know.
Well, I've tried those, but they're so damn tough. I can't chew them. I actually did try them, and I tried them for catfish bait. Never got a bite on them. Now I have caught some little dinks on chicken livers, but I only took that a couple of times because you didn't catch nothing even big enough to make skillet stink. You know what I mean?
Bobcat turkeys do have testicles. I believe they're internal though. It's not like they're walking around dragging them on the ground like never mind, like old guys do, but that's another story. But yeah, they do. They're definitely internal. So and Jody's got big news. She might be looking for a new roommate. So send her a message if you're needing a place to live. So
I seen something about that a little bit ago, and I'd really like to make some comments on here about that, but I'm going to pass just because I'm a nice guy tonight.
She'll even cook for you.
For you, huh?
The new roommate. So
she wears your hat, your chef's hat when she cooks. Did you know that?
You know what? She said that she wore it first. I don't believe her, so it is what it is. So I'm gonna go and get here's the story behind my black chef's hat. It's the only one I could get overnight before last show, so that's the one I ordered.
I got you. Hey, Mason, glad to see you in here tonight, buddy.
What's up, Mason?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to take Jody sometimes. But after seeing some of the things she posted today in a chat I was in, I feel a little differently about her. Good feelings. I mean, but yeah, she kind of turned loose a little bit in that, and I thought it was so funny.
If you only knew, Lyle. If you only knew.
I guess that's probably right. I guess.
Crappie Kid says it's called Squirrel Key. It's a turkey stuffed with 3 fresh shot squirrels that were smoked. That's pretty good. That's like a turkey. Is that like a hillbilly or a redneck turducken? Wait a minute, turduckens are redneck anyway. So what's the difference?
Turducken, John Madden's thing, remember?
I do remember. You know, our buddy Chud over at Chud's Barbecue, he made a turducken. I think it was last week.
Oh, really? I didn't miss that.
Troy, that's my new nickname for you, Turkey Nuts.
Oh my God!
Here we go. Yeah, he deboned everything. He deboned a whole turkey, deboned a duck, and deboned a chicken. Wrapped them all up with some stuffing and stuff. It looked like an awful lot of work. He said it was the most work he ever did for a video in his life. So
it sounds good though. John Madden said they was awesome, and anything John Madden said when he was alive, I took to heart because he was one of the greatest football coaches of all times, and he was a hell of an announcer. He really was. I thought the world of John Madden. I miss him terribly.
You obviously never heard of Mike Ditka. That's all I'm going to say.
I know who Mike Ditka is.
I want to congratulate my Bears for being in first place over the Steelers, over the Packers. Y'all can bite a turkey testicle for all I care.
I am so shocked that the Bears are up there like that. I mean, let's face it, they had one good year in 1985, and they had a good year since.
Lyle, don't tell anybody, but I'm kind of shocked too. So,
hey, you know what? I quit watching football a couple of years ago when them guys started kneeling for our flag and national anthem. I really got a case of red ass about that. But I've got back into it again, and the Bears are really playing good ball this year. They really are. I'm not a Bears fan by no means, but there's a lot of other teams I'm not a fan of, and mainly the Chiefs. But the Bears are playing extremely well for a team that normally doesn't do good. They're doing good now, and that's good for your city. It's good for the sport. It's good for their fans because they don't get a winning thing like they have going this year, but ever so many years. So this may be the new thing. Maybe they're going to be.
I wouldn't push it that luck. They always screwed up in the end.
You never
they're
know.
They're like the Cubs of football. Did I say that out loud?
Well, I wanted to say that, but I was trying to be nice tonight.
Hey, we're going to be cranky here. Stonefly says Catchfish picked up a 32.12 ounce flat on Burr Oak a week or so. That's a great flathead.
That's a great fish, yeah.
I'll take 30-pound flatheads all day.
Yeah, or a lot less. They don't have to be that big. Speaking of fish, Mark, we had a cold front move through, as you probably know. It come through yesterday afternoon late and into the night, and it's windier and crap right now, and the temperature's dropping. Hell, it's going to be like 22 in the morning, 18 the next morning. I thought, well, before this front moves through, maybe I ought to go out. Them fish ought to be ready to go. And I caught I think it was 48 fish I caught yesterday total, 48 crappie. They was on fire. And I tried a bunch of Leslie's stuff out that she had sent me. I tried big baits like 2-inch stingers. I tried the smaller 1-inch ones. She had some stuff, and I don't remember what she calls. I want to say cronks, but I'm not sure that's right. They're look like little balls put together with a tail on them. I've tried them with very little success. And yesterday, they was drilling them babies. And they slowed up, and I bit off 2 of the balls on the end of them, made them shorter, and they started hitting them again.
You didn't just say what I think you said because Josh.
You know what I mean. It's not like that. But yeah, actually, I used my pocket knife, but whatever. It was just an amazing morning. 4 hours of nonstop crappie fishing, and then you got to clean all them suckers. But damn, it was fun. And I didn't keep all of them. You're only allowed 30. So, but I mean, it was really good for about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, somewhere along in there. I was trying to do video and everything, and I got some really good video. Video is all, however, but my mics didn't work and no audio, so it's absolutely, as far as I'm concerned, it's useless unless I can salvage out some short clips maybe, or some still pictures out of that video.
We can talk later. I made the same type of mistake back a long time ago. I recorded a bunch of stuff, and I had my GoPro set to not slow-mo, but the what is it called? The action pack, the fast motion one.
Right.
And I got like half a day of fishing burned up, but I ended up using it and making an intro out of it. So you know, you can always figure out what to make out of some video. Let me say hello to everybody in chat here. They're getting
okay. Greg Burgess says it's 60 degrees now, and last night it was 75. Man, wow. I don't have that problem.
I got to figure out how to do this because I have. Okay, we are running in both horizontal and in vertical mode, folks. So I'm going to try and see if I can't figure out how to say hello to everybody in each one of those chats. So wish me luck here, Lyle, but here goes everything. All right, we got Catfish with us. What's going on? How you doing? There's Cindy Stokes. Cindy had a birthday this week. Happy birthday, Cindy.
She did, and she's she had a little something done today. She's not feeling well. So,
I hope you feel better, dear. Hope you feel better. Joe Buck 66 channel member in the house. How you doing, Joe Buck? There's Stonefly. What's up, Stonefly? The Crappie Kid is in here. There's Matt from Want to Be Outdoors. Crappie Kid and Matt are both channel supporters. We appreciate you guys. Let me see who's over on the other side here. Let me see if I can see that. I see Gigability. Don't ask. What's up, Gig? How you doing? There's Greg Burgess. John Boy's catfishing. There's Cool Cats Fishing. Pontoon Jody's over there. And we have a V Smith. What's up, Smith? Lyle, they changed the format of the usernames over, so I got to see if I can recognize them by their actual handles. Which Josh brought up a good point on Monday's show about they're doing it to help from counterfeiters getting in there and pretending they're other users and stuff. So
right, well, he would know about that.
Yeah, he would. I'm not going to say anymore, but
I'm sure Jerry. Go ahead.
I'm sure Jerry Parker is relieved.
And Danny Stone.
Yep.
Heather's not been feeling very well. Yeah, I keep her in everybody's thoughts. She's been having some issues. So
I'm sorry to hear that. There's Butterflies and Sunshine. How you doing, dear? And there's Whisker Doo. How you doing, Whisker Doo? I like that name.
Yeah, me too.
So, right after we were talking about turkey nuts, you had mentioned the weather. Lyle, it got bitter cold today. I was out setting trail cams up for the first time today, and the wind was 22 mile an hour howling across that cornfield, and it was snowing, Lyle, that 4-letter word that you love so much.
Oh, you had snow.
Yeah, 20, it was 29 degrees. It was chilly out there, but we got those cameras up. And like I said, I just got my first trail cam picture just sent to my phone, which is pretty cool.
Nice. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, a little doe come marching across there. The trail camera is pretty neat. It's got live video on it. It's got a recorded video. It's got pictures. It's got all sorts of stuff. So.
Oh, it's Ray Smith.
Oh, hey, Ray. How you doing,
Ray?
Ray?
Good to see you in here, buddy. I get up early every morning. If the wind's not blowing or it's not pouring down rain, if it's raining, I'm okay. I'm not fishing with the wind being terrible. And it was horrible this morning. I walked out and it was just getting daylight. And the guy that was across the street's got a whole pile of leaves because he got 2 big old maple trees and an oak tree right there between his shed and the street. And it looked like it was snowing running across his yard. And I'm thinking, holy crap, I ain't no way you can cast in this crap. I mean, it's just not up your line all the time. You'd be tangled up constantly. But man, it was cold. Oh, damn, it was cold. Gidget didn't even want to stay out very long. And Labs usually don't mind the cold too bad. She doesn't mind the cold, but I don't think she likes that wind very well.
Yeah, my dogs, they don't seem to care. They caught I let them out this morning and they got to jump on a couple of doves and they got one.
They got one?
They got one. I caught a dove of all things. I don't know how, but they got one.
Man, that was quick to do that.
And as soon as I open the door, they go busting out of there like race dogs down in Florida. At least I don't know if they do that still, but they come busting out that door and they got to jump off. There was about 3 of them sitting in the back feeding on some bird seed that was probably still spilled back there, and they actually got one. They pinned it to the ground, but once they pin them, they don't know what to do with them. So I ended up hollering at them, and they just let it go, and it kind of flew off. But there's feathers back there to prove it, so that was kind of cool.
I think Jody's getting a gig at you. Ray Smith.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to read any more of Jody's digs at me unless they're attached to a super chat, Jody. So,
okay.
Pay up or shut up. Did I say
Ray
that?
Smith has been a member for 33 months. Ray, thank you so much. We appreciate it very much.
We do. Whisker Dew's a cool name too.
It is. When I first seen it, I thought it said Whiskey Dew, and I like that even better.
Speaking of which, my wife's over at a friend's house. They're making, her and her friend are making like Thanksgiving desserts, and she's making I believe she's making a pumpkin cheesecake, but she makes pretty good pumpkin cheesecake. And I get a call from her right before the show. She's like, "Do you have any bourbon in the house?" I'm like, "Who are you talking to?" Of course I got bourbon. Well, it says don't use whiskey, use bourbon. I'm like, yeah, I got bourbon. I go, why? She says, I'm going to make bourbon whipped cream to put on top of that cheesecake. I'm like,
all right.
You have my permission to open my whiskey collection.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
What are you planning? Are you got any dinner plans for tomorrow, Lyle? Oh,
nope, sorry.
Nope, gotcha. I got what are you all looking forward to most about Thanksgiving meal? It being over, it's starting. For me, it's the ham. I always look forward to a ham on any holiday.
Yeah. I'm quite a pumpkin pie fan if you got enough Cool Whip for me.
Usually what I like to do is I like to cut a piece of pumpkin pie and just drop it into a tub of Cool Whip.
Jody I got to tell you, my favorite part of a Thanksgiving meal is leftover turkey.
Yep.
Cindy used to make me turkey noodle soup out of that, and it is amazing. Better than any chicken noodle soup you ever ate.
I don't know. I like a ham and bean soup with the leftover ham bone from the ham. That's probably one of my favorite soups. That's good. Jody didn't realize that $1 you can't say anything in a super chat for only $1, Jody. But thank you anyways. We'll take it.
You had me at bourbon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Heather says, I will eat the pumpkin pie for you, Dad.
Well, thanks. Appreciate it.
V says, me too, Mark. Laughing my butt off. And oh my God, leftover turkey sandwiches is something I look forward to as well, Lyle.
They are. Put some mustard on them and in between a couple of slices of wheat bread. Oh, yeah.
Troy says, for my Jody's chance to be read by Mark. It doesn't work that way, Troy. It doesn't work that way. So thank you for the super chat. What were we talking about before I got off? Oh, did you ever have one of them everything Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving sandwiches where you take turkey, you take stuffing, whatever else you got, you stack it all up on like a pie roll? That's pretty good.
That sounds good.
You dip it in some leftover gravy too. Man, I'm getting fatter just thinking about it, and that says something.
Do you have any traditions for any of the holidays?
Do we have any? Oh, we always no. Basically, what we do is we just go over to whoever. Usually, my mom's house, but since my dad passed, my mom says I'm not doing any more holidays, which is fine.
Yeah, got that.
So we're going to go over to my sister's house for the first time for a holiday. It should be interesting. I kind of guilted her into doing it, and then we're just going to do Christmas over here. But as far as like traditions and stuff, it's just usually a dinner with the family, and our family seems to be growing. So we'll have a couple other people here and there. So it'll be cool. See, let's see what Jody says here. How's that new freezer filling up, Mark? It hasn't been delivered yet, Jody. Hasn't been delivered yet. It's delivered on Monday.
The tradition that stuck in my mind since I was a real little kid. My dad and my brother and I. Dad was a quail hunter and a rabbit hunter. And rabbit hunting, I did a lot. Quail hunting, it's okay. Not a lot of action in it. Too much walking for me. But anyhow, we would always go out Thanksgiving, Christmas, sometimes New Year's. And that was the time that the three of us went hunting. Well, my dad passed away. I was 15, and my brother stepped up to the plate and was like a brother and a dad to me both. You know, we done everything together, everything. And Mark and I kept that tradition going. We'd hunt the holidays and stuff. And I miss those days now that he's gone. And we hadn't done it in several years. His health got to where he couldn't do that stuff. But the last time we went, he had bought a beagle and we was running rabbits. And I pulled up on a rabbit with a 12-gauge shotgun, and just I squeezed the trigger. His dog jumped up right behind it, and I shot him right in the face.
Oh no!
We dug shot out of his ears for 2 hours. It didn't hurt him, but he thought he was bad.
Yeah, Dick Cheney shot somebody in the face with a shotgun too, and it didn't hurt him either. So
yeah, I'm not sure that was intentional or unintentional.
Yeah, I don't know. We're saving that for our political shows. Coming to YouTube. Getting banned on YouTube soon someday, folks.
I'm thinking a political show sometime with you and me and Dockery and Josh and Chad, maybe a few others. Might not be. It should be fun. I don't know how long they'd leave us on there. Oh, Fireball with pumpkin pineapple juice.
Sean says if you like pumpkin pie and you'll like a good mixed drink, mix Fireball with some pineapple juice. Tastes just like pumpkin pie. It's got to be something like apple pie, right? I like apple pie. That's a good drink.
I like. I'm not a huge fan of pineapples, but I do like some Fireball. I like it a lot.
Matt says he's going to get his own ham tomorrow, and he'll be eating it for a week. Sodium intake might not be so great. So, what's up, Paul? How you doing?
I had plans on going fishing in the morning, but 22 degrees and it's supposed to be windy again. The 22 degrees, if the water's not frozen, I doubt if it is too much. It's been too warm, I think for the water to freeze enough to keep me from fishing. But that wind will keep me from going. So I got a couple of days that we ain't going to be doing any of that.
I was out on the road today driving by some lakes that are not protected in the neighborhoods or anything, like over by the quarry and stuff. And I could see where that 22-mile-an-hour wind was blowing water up on the shoreline, that those shorelines were freezing up on the beach and stuff. So it's coming,
yeah.
Lyle.
Oh, it is. There's no doubt about it. It comes around this time every year. So, but last year, you know what, Mark? It wasn't that terrible last year. We had some cold days, but we had a lot of warm days. And I'm hoping for that this year. But we'll see.
Well, 205 Wild Action, thanks for coming in. He's also a channel supporter. We appreciate the support. Dan, right. He said, don't forget the gravy. Gotta have the gravy.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got to pour it on everything too.
Says he'll be hunting for his own ham for a week. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's what I figured he was talking about. There's something else about Thanksgiving dinner. And I don't know how many other families do it, but scalloped oysters, oyster casserole. Oh my God, it's amazing. Unless my cousin wife makes it, and she don't get them done. But yeah,
Oysters. I'll eat almost anything, Lyle. Except I'm not a fan of oysters, not one bit. There's very few things that I just don't like, and oysters happen to be one of them.
I like them. I like them. Since it says homemade stuffing, her mother used to make the greatest homemade stuffing ever.
Yeah. I make pretty good stuffing. People always ask me to make it, so
I had never made any stuffing. There's a lot of things that, like gravy, I asked somebody to show me how to do that. Nobody ever would. I'm not sure why. Don't care. Sometimes I want some, and I don't know how to do it, and I'm afraid to screw it up, you know. And another thing that I miss terribly that I am afraid to try that I need to learn how is meatloaf.
You know, Lyle, you go over to Walmart, your favorite store. You go over to the one aisle that's got all the McCormick stuff in there, and you buy a packet of that powdered gravy, and you mix it with a little bit of water, and you're good. You're fine. That stuff will work out.
Right?
Yeah, that stuff.
I've never seen it done that way. It was always
you could add dripping. You could add drippings in there too and stuff, but that'll get you through in a pinch. So if you're wanting to make that turkey and gravy sandwich after Thanksgiving, there you go.
I was thinking the other day some biscuits gravy would be really, really good, but it's not good gravy. So I said that.
It's a different kind of gravy, but it's still good. I still have fond memories of dipping KFC biscuits into their gravy at the dinner table for sure. Can't beat that with a stick. Greg says, Lyle, this cool temps brings in the reds and the speckled trout inshore.
Very good. The reds would be fun to catch, I'm quite sure.
Troy says Fireball keeps this handicap moving, I guess. Keeps his handicap moving.
Mark says, or Matt says he can't believe he doesn't eat oysters with the high class food and drinks partake in.
I'll have baked clams any day of the week. I'll eat mussels. It's just something about oysters. I
never tried a mussel. I'm not sure I get along with them. It'd be like eating a nut. I don't know that I could do that.
Them oysters are the boogers of the sea. There, I said it.
Heather said she's eating a homemade pumpkin roll that Mary must have made some brought over.
Nice.
Eric Pierce, welcome.
How you doing, Eric? What's going on?
See you in here tonight.
See, Cindy agrees with me. They look like snot.
Yeah, they don't taste like that, I guess, because I like them.
I don't know. What's a booger taste like?
I don't know. I'm not a booger eater, so I can't tell you. I'll tell you, my mom used to make for my dad oyster soup, and I've made it myself many times and fill that bowl up with that and crackers in it. Oh my God, it's awesome. Love me some oyster soup. But I've smelled other people that made fish soup, and the smell of that's horrific. I can't even be in the same room with it. It's terrible. And I've seen Warren, the guy used to have a radio shop there in Springfield. I've seen him. He just sit down and eat that stuff like he's going out of style when Kathy bring it into it. But man, it smells so bad.
You got. I guess that's not fish. I like clam chowder. There's a couple of, Cajun dishes. Like shrimp gumbo.
I like that.
Shrimp etouffee, stuff like that. It's not really a soup, but closer to a stew. That's all good. Doesn't bother me. But yeah, up in Door County in Wisconsin, they do a fish boil that I've been meaning to try if I ever got up there. I'm just wondering if that, has that odor to it. The way they do it, they got a big iron cauldron they heat up over a fire, and they just drop a whole bunch of fish in there, boil it up, and dump it over. It's quite the spectacle. It looks like a fun thing to go encounter, but hopefully it doesn't stink like you say. Matt says he can't go without sweet potatoes on Thanksgiving. I like sweet potatoes too.
I don't eat them things. I don't like the taste of them, but
I used to not like them when I was a kid, and I got used to them when I lost a bunch of weight a while ago. rather than eating regular potatoes. And I like them now. I really do like them. They're pretty good.
Yeah,
but I'll throw them in the toaster oven or even the microwave, and they're fine.
Got to put a lot of butter on them for me.
Well, yeah.
Great. Okay, guys, where does an egg come from? It comes from a chicken's ass. I'll tell you right up front. That's where it comes from. Eric says, if oysters are smoked in oil in a can, I can eat them. Otherwise, I leave them to my better half. Makes sense to me.
I'll even eat a smoked Vienna sausage or barbecue Vienna sausage. Lyle is a big fan of Vienna sausages.
Smoked ones, yeah.
Oh, man, I can't eat those.
I like the regular ones, but I really like the smoked ones. Some of the others. And you can't eat a Libby's Vienna sausage. They're horrible.
It says oysters are snot burgers.
Jeff Dodd took Cindy and I out to dinner one time, him and his wife, several years ago. And he was just eating them babies raw, right? And he'd ordered them three different times. And he just turned them up and down they went. And I couldn't do that. But I said I couldn't thin. I'm not sure. I might be able to try it now. I might try it. But he just, like there was no tomorrow. I think he ordered 6 the first time and 6 the second time. I don't remember if he ate any more than that or not. But he didn't have no problem with them.
Man, I was down in Louisiana, down Lake Charles, Louisiana, when I was a young man on a work trip. And they gave me like the biggest oyster on a plate and covered it in hot sauce. And as soon as I bit into that sucker, I'm not going to say that word. Once I took a bite out of it, I got to be careful what I say. The thing kind of like, it was just not good. Not good. There wasn't enough hot sauce in Louisiana to make that thing taste any better.
Brian B says, just remember when you're up in age, you have to eat certain things in moderation. Tip for the panel. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Brian. Your intellect keeps me guessing.
I think he's.
Heather says she can eat them out of a can. I didn't know that. They're getting harder to find. For me, anyhow. Maybe I'm just looking at the wrong aisle. I don't know.
There's all sorts of TikToks about like canned fish, and one lady was making all sorts of like warm fish dishes, and one of them that she had made was oysters Rockefeller in a can, and she just took all the toppings like the spinach and I'm not quite sure what's even in it, and the cheese, and just put it right on top of the can of those canned oysters and stuck it in the toaster oven, and boom, she had a little serving of oysters Rockefeller. It looked good, but I ain't gonna try it. I had enough of that.
That is basically what I make, except I never put any Cajun seasoning in it. Or green onions, but cooked in milk. Oh yeah, lots of butter on top. Oh, it's really
oysters
good.
In milk.
Yeah, milk and butter. I put the oysters in a pan before I ever start cooking, and not really fry them, but so I guess you'd say saute. I'm not sure that's the right word.
I'm talking about blanch.
No, you just kind of fry them around there in some butter a little bit, and then pour the milk to it, salt and pepper. Damn, it's good. There's Josh.
Josh says oysters just need some Tabasco. Put the Tabasco on and slurp those things. No. Josh, I said earlier, I don't know if you're in here, there wasn't enough Tabasco sauce in Louisiana to make that thing taste good.
Butterfly Sunshine says even bacon couldn't make oysters at the time. They say, I beg the difference. Oysters and milk, just when you think you know something.
I'm going to have to look that up on the internet and make sure it's a real thing. You guys aren't just making that up, trying to get me to use them. For the same reason I didn't go to that turkey testicle festival. You guys would make me try one of them turkey testicles. I ain't eating that.
If you end up going, you got to go live so I can enjoyable.
I'm gonna try not to go, but we'll see what happens. Oysters and hot sauce. That's about it.
It sounds good. I've never tried hot sauce on it, but I like hot sauce in moderation, and I like.
I would try Cindy's oyster soup. I like clam chowder a lot. That's one of my favorites. So,
Mark, I gotta tell you, a long time ago, there used to be a restaurant in St. Louis called Noah's Ark, and it was shaped like the Ark, but inside was a really nice restaurant, and it wasn't terribly priced. And the first thing that happened when you walked in there, they set down a pot of clam chowder for you every time you walked in, and they keep bringing it back. And we'll go down there and order steak and lobster. And Cindy didn't eat lobster, so I always got 2 lobster tails and steak, which I thought that was awesome. But that clam chowder was as good as any I ever ate. It was really good. And that place closed down to remodel, and it never opened again. I've never understood that, because there was a waiting line nearly every time you went down.
Well, on Noah's Ark, they only had 2 of each animal to cook, so that maybe they just ran out.
Hey, Josh.
Maybe we should extend that rule to Josh too. Josh, insults got to be attached to super chats for Lyle.
Oh man, Josh has been doing so good on thumbnails and stuff. I really shouldn't bother him too much. He's just been knocking it out.
Cindy says she uses gloves or a fork to get the oysters out because they smell so bad.
Yeah. Well, I do like some oyster casserole though, man. It's really good. Cindy's sister Debbie makes some good stuff.
Yeah. Greg says, Josh, that is the best way to eat oysters is grilled on the pit with butter and garlic and hot sauce.
That sounds pretty tasty to me.
That's how I make that's how we eat clams, baked clams or grilled clams. Those are good. Good. With some Parmesan cheese and some butter. Oh, you're good to go.
So are you going fishing in the morning?
Tomorrow morning? No, I might go sit in the blind for a couple hours. I might not. I know I'm going on Friday for sure. As soon as I get that deer, then I'm going to go fishing, but I'm not going anywhere else but Lake Michigan, Lyle, because the perch bite is starting to warm up out there. It'll be out there for the next few weeks. So I got to find somebody who's willing to go out there with me during the week, which is kind of a hassle. Well, I launch right next to Soldier Field there, so it's kind of a task to get the boat.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. So we'll see if we can't make that happen. I seen a couple of guys over on Navy. There's 2 spots that people fish for them a lot off a shore. There's 87th Street Slip. It's an old industrial slip where a lot of guys go and they fish, not legally, I must add, but they kind of let it all happen. They kind of look past it. So people have been fishing on 87th Street Slip for a long time. And there's Navy Pier, another place which is right downtown, which is usually where I go to fish for them off the shore. But they put in a whole bunch of docks over there that you can't get to. I don't know if they're selling the keys to get in past the gate, because all the docks are behind gates here downtown. So we'll see. But I figure I'll just drag my boat down there and launch right there next to Soldier Field and try to get on them that way. It'll be a little easier that I have all the electronics. I'll be able to find a school, hopefully get on them and get us a couple. I really don't want to drive all the way down there and fish that big lake alone. So I need to find somebody who wants to go downtown during the week. So
now this time of the year, them perch will be deep, won't they?
No, not really. They're coming in shallow. They're deeper throughout the year, but they'll come in. They'll come into the harbors and those slips like on 87th Street and Navy Pier. And you're looking at 10 feet of water, and normally they're out, in like 60, 70, 80 feet of water down on the bottoms.
I've really never had a desire to go to Chicago, but there is a couple of things I'd like to see there. I'd like to see Soldier Field would be cool, especially if he was launching a boat by it. Wrigley Field would be good fun to see. I'd like to be there when the Cardinals beat the hell out of the Cubs. That would be the highlight of the trip. But Navy Pier, I heard about that for years and years and years, and the people that fish there and the things that go on Navy Pier. I think that would be really, really cool to go. Those three things in particular, for me, would make the trip worthwhile. But if I get that close, I got to go to the big lake and see.
Yeah, we'll make plans. We'll get you out here. Hopefully, maybe we can get you out here in the spring. We'll go do some fishing for coho. Send you home with 10 fillets, 10, 20 fillets of salmon. That'd be cool. Josh said something here. Says, Mark, you can just park your truck and trailer in the end zone. I think he's talking about Soldier Field. Josh, did you know that the Bears are in first place? Thank you very much. Matt says bulletproof vest and AR required. Obviously, ARs are not allowed in Illinois. You cannot buy or sell ARs.
Really?
Yep. Notice I said buy or sell. They tried to make everybody register them, but nobody did.
I'm sure not. I don't know why they would.
Matt, no, it's just called Navy Pier. They used to park Navy ships there. Nothing like that. That's closer to Wrigley Field. We can talk about that later, Lyle. Greg says, Mark, I am ready for a good red fish. I forget how to say Covier with potato salad and rice. I made one of those with catfish.
Sounds pretty good.
Well, good. Cuvier, that's what it is.
Chris says Navy Pier is okay, but Field Museum, the planetarium, and the aquarium are much better.
Oh, yeah, for touring, yeah, definitely are. But I think Lyle just wants to come and fish on Navy Pier. Navy Pier, Lyle, they got a big old Ferris wheel there. They got some shops, a couple of small restaurants. They keep renewing it. They have a banquet room upstairs all the way on the lakeside. I know a couple of people that went to a wedding there, and you really got to be loaded in order to have a wedding there. It's
sure.
It's very populated. A lot of people on the pier and stuff. Expensive as heck to park. But if you park there and have a fishing license, I think it's like $9 if you park between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. So you got 5 hours to fish and get the hell out for $9. Other than that, it costs $40.
I just can't get over the price you paid to launch and to park. And I guess New York City's a lot worse, from what I've been told. It's like $50 an hour or something to park your vehicle.
It's all crazy. That's how come I never go into the city. I kind of stay out as much as possible. So
I can relate.
Or Uber in or train in. Like we were talking, and I want to give a shout out to my wife Sheila, Mark, and Bernie. I think they're watching and laughing at me while they're hanging out over at Mark and Bernie's house. We were thinking about getting on the Metro. The Metro, that's the double-decker train here in the Chicago area. It's like a 2-story train that comes from here to downtown. And what a lot of people do is they do pub crawls. You get on that train, you go all the way to where you want to start, and then you work your way from bar to bar, and you get on the train, go to bar, get on the train, go bar to bar, and it'll take you all the way home. It's usually a really good time. We could do one of those when you come here. Nobody has to drive.
You okay? When you talk about trains, are you talking about real trains or subways?
Real train. We're talking about like it's the Metro. It's the above ground, not elevated. It's a 2-decker train that travels all the way from Harvard to downtown. There's one that goes from downtown into Indiana, one that goes up into Wisconsin. It's the Metro. It's the big one. I'll send you some pictures of the train.
Train ride is something I have always wanted to do. I've never had to do it, but I'm thinking a train ride across country would be very interesting, because you're going to see a different perspective on that than what you see in your vehicle. I just think it'd be fun.
Amtrak does that now, and I don't know what it costs or anything, but I think they got them all the way from like New York to California for the most part, or from Florida.
My understanding is it's a lot cheaper than flying, but now I could be wrong about it.
It also takes like a week to get from one end to the other.
Are they like buses? Do they stop at every little town?
I don't know. I don't know. That metro train, the commuter train here, they got what's called the milk run, where if you get on the wrong train, it stops at every single stop. It takes like 2.5 hours to get downtown from here. It's pretty crazy. You don't want to get on that one.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing a pub crawl on the train.
I guess that goes on sometimes.
Yeah, it does, definitely.
On the subways. I hear crazy stories about that.
No, here we go. Here's some Chicago lore. If you get on the red line, which is way on the south side, that's the bad one. If you get on the blue line, well, actually the blue line isn't bad, but that's the one that one woman was just attacked and immolated on there, unfortunately. Prayers to her family and stuff, but everybody says you're going to get murdered here in Chicago, but it's 11 million people in the Chicagoland area, and it's like 0.00% on any given weekend that crime happens to. So it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be, but it should be less than that. Anyways,
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in Chicago. We're trying not to get off on the political end of things, but I have a theory about the reason for it, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, Democrats. No,
you got it. You got it.
No, man, we're not going to highlight that one.
Good night, Heather.
Good night, Heather. Have a good night and have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she's not feeling well.
No, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully she'll be able to eat tomorrow.
Well, she will. She'll eat. I promise you she'll eat.
Good. So are you going to get out and do some fishing tomorrow, Al?
No, if it's windy. I just don't do the windy thing. I just don't. I mean, I was up in time today, and it was cold, but it wasn't to where you couldn't handle it. But I'm not fighting heavy winds fishing. I just won't do it. I have before, and it's not enjoyable. So if you're not having a good time, well, there you go, Troy. But yeah, I'm just not going to fight that wind, especially using light line. I've been doing a lot of crappie fishing, as you know, and 4-pound test line. It's hard enough to cast that with 1/64 and 1/32 out jig. So I just don't want to fight the wind. If the wind's not blowing,
it's game time.
You got that right.
Eric Pierce says, when I was in the Army in Germany, the train was the way to travel.
Metro style as well as a regular train.
Yep. Trains are big. When I was in Eastern Europe, they had trains that ran right through town. The tracks were level with kind of like in what do they call the trolleys in San Francisco? I was on the trolleys in Eastern Europe. Pretty cool, and I think it was like a nickel, and it'll take you clear across town. You just hop on them and go. That was pretty cool too.
I bet that was a long time ago. If you took a nickel, I don't know why they make pennies and nickels. They don't do nothing.
I think they said they're going to stop making pennies because the copper in a penny is worth more than actual pennies. So
yeah, that sounds right.
Matt says, Mr. Lyle, it's going to get down to a balmy 27 tonight.
That's pretty cold for Arkansas. So enjoy that.
Well, make it snow down there in Arkansas.
They do sometimes, but not as often as everybody else. It don't seem like. Wade Life. I'm an angler and starting to get cranky. You're at the right spot, buddy.
You're at the right place.
You are at the right spot. Welcome. Yeah, I think he said 22 for us tonight, Matt, and 18 tomorrow night. So.
It was snowing here today, Wade.
Snowing. Fuck that shit.
Greg says, well, I'm having problems with my back. Don't know if they turned me the wrong way during surgery. Hope it passes. I hope so too, buddy. And the last time I knew you was doing a little better, so I hope this doesn't cause you any more issues. You've had enough.
And, keep an eye on it, Greg, because go back and see a doctor or another doctor. Don't wait too long.
That's right.
past, and it's never a good thing. Go get it. Make sure you get it taken care of. And if it was them at fault, you got to get them to straighten it out. Keep all your medical records in order too. So
Absolutely.
Aaron, how you doing, Aaron? What's going on? It says I'm double Nick now, and I'm a grumpy ass now.
It don't get no better as you progress. Trust me.
So yeah, we're just gonna have a family dinner tomorrow. It's gonna be a little later. My sister's got to run out to her in-laws first, which is understandable, and then we're gonna meet over at her house. My mom is gonna be there already. I think I'm bringing a ham. We got a honey baked ham. Lord Almighty, are they getting expensive? I was just gonna pick up like a Walmart or a Costco ham, and the ladies wanted a honey baked ham, so the ladies usually get what they want. But wow, that was not cheap.
Yeah,
they're good hams, but it was not cheap. 100% expensive.
My favorite ham is a Kretschmar.
Yeah, they're good. They make pretty good hams.
I like them. Matt says it's having snow and sleet in Arkansas this weekend, so you better get out and hunt when that white stuff makes them animals just glowing out there in the woods, man.
Aaron says, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I'm going to bed in a little bit, and I'm going to be in a deer stand in the morning. Good luck. Hope you get a huge one. Big buck.
I got to tell you, Mark, this little conservation lake I've been catching these crappie at has free camping. And it being a conservation area with acreage, it was loaded with deer hunters the last week or so. I
believe it, because you guys
went over there yesterday, and there was nobody. It was all gone.
Is firearm season over there? That could over. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's exactly why. But there was guys over there, Mark, that brought in. Well, they was staying in tents and all kinds of campers and stuff, and they had one guy every day that I fished it during that time. He brought in a stack of firewood, and he'd be out there splitting it with a splitting ball. I could hear him down at the lake, whack, whack. And I thought, damn, if it's got to be one of us, I'm sure glad it's you and not me splitting that wood. I've done enough of that in my life.
You know what, Lyle? We got being that I live in a more urban area, we got a place here called Public Works where they keep all the town's trucks, snowplows, all the tree trimming trucks, all of that. And they used to, I don't know if they still do, but they used to have a big pile of wood you could come in and pick up. They're huge pieces, like 4 foot long, they're 3 feet around, whatever the municipality had to clear off of whatever on the sides of roads, anywhere, and they'd bring it there. And I used to like going over there with an axe and splitting wood for about half an hour or so for an hour, load up my truck halfway and bring it home. And I tell you what, Lyle, I would feel a heck of a lot better on the way home. That's for sure. Better than any yoga, guaranteed. If you want to get rid of some stress, go chop some wood. There you go. That's my tip of the night.
I can tell you how to keep from having to help somebody split wood. I don't know. I was 15, 16 years old. My cousin Gene, he calls me up one day and he says, cold fall of the year. He said, what are you doing? I said, nothing. He said, I need you to help me. He said, I'm cutting firewood for Mom. His mother, my Aunt Irene, had a wood furnace in our house. That's what it also had a supplement type of oil or propane or kerosene. I don't know what it was. It wasn't traditional stuff. He said, I need some help splitting this wood for Mom. We're going to get her winter supply of wood. Well, at that time, I really didn't know too much about splitting wood or anything. But hey, he was running the chainsaw. All I had to do was split a couple pieces of wood. That's okay. And then we throwed it all down in her basement and stacked it up for her, and she was good to go. But anyhow, we go out there, and the first thing that happened is I pick up a splitting maul and missed and broke the handle out of the splitting maul. And he just kind of looked at me and kept cutting wood. So I pick up the axe, and the first whack with it, I broke the handle out of it. We had to stop, go to town. They didn't have log splitters in those days, And we had to go to town and get a new handle for an axe and a new handle for the split maul, and he put them in with back cut wood. He said, "Don't split it. Don't split it for wood. You just throw it down the basement. We'll go in there and stack it pretty soon." He said, "If it's too big, I'll split it later."
You can't, a splitting wall, that's hard work too. I like using a wedge better than a splitting wall and get that wedge in there and split like the really big pieces. But other than that, I just like taking chunks off the sides of the bigger logs, and work my way through them. Yeah. I want you to read that invite for me, Lyle.
Hey, Mark, come over when you're done tonight. I've got some wild turkey for you. Woo.
All right, folks, thanks for coming in. We got to go. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
That's nasty.
That's the pretty good stuff, and it will mess up your mind if you let it. I promise you.
Well, I don't have to be over to my sister's till 4:30 tomorrow. I can sleep in good and late tomorrow. We're going to be over there. Thanks for messaging me. I don't know who that is. I think that's B. Mary. I think that's Bernadette. That could be Bernadette messaging me. Mark, I've had 2 hospital stays in the last 2 months. Had to miss my last visit with the back doctor. Well, take care of this.
Take care of yourself, buddy.
Matt says, when the temps hit the 30s, get out in the woods, folks.
Well, that's a fact. If you're a hunter, that's a magic time right there. It sure is.
Eric says, we're having Thanksgiving on Saturday when our oldest son and wife and co-driver can come up from Texas. His co-driver, 18-wheeler, lives next door to us. Oh, cool.
That sounds like a great time. Sure
Enjoy your Saturday. Matt's been a member for 8 months. Thank you, Matt. It says, it'll be forever and an honor to support the greatest live show out there. Mine is Catfish Weekly, of course.
Thank you, Matt. We appreciate it very much. I met Matt. He had won a rod rack. I'm trying to think what his name is that built that for us.
Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter Catfishing. Richard Ward, yeah. And I met Matt down at a restaurant about halfway between the two of us. And it was a truck stop, and we had a great time visiting, eating dinner, and it was just a fun time. And Matt's a really nice guy, and him being a member for 8 months is really awesome. And to say those kind words about what you and I do on Wednesday night for shits and grins, it makes me feel very happy. Good night, Mike. I didn't even see you made a post in here.
I was going to say happy Thanksgiving, Mike. Thanks for coming in.
We appreciate you joining us, buddy.
Wade says, when it gets cold, it's muskie fishing time for me. Yeah, a lot of guys hit the muskie pretty hard up here on the chain this time of year. Yeah, when it gets cold. Because they, muskie guys, you can catch muskie in warm water, hot, really, really warm water. But like the diehard muskie guys won't, because it's bad for them to be that stressed out in the hot water, in the warm water. So they really chase after them once the water temps come down, just to help preserve the fish. So,
are they any good to eat?
Muskie? I haven't had muskie since I was a kid. Back in the day, what were we on Lake Buick Desert? We went down there up there for a family vacation. It was Jack's Resort. I don't even know if it's still there, but one of the old timers had caught a muskie, and we had a shore lunch with it, and I think it tasted all right. I don't remember. I mean, we ate a lot of pike back in the day, so I couldn't tell you if it tasted the same or any different than that. But yeah, I've had it. I didn't hate it. So
please explain this, Mark.
Lyle, I made Mark a great meme, and he don't even thank me. I told Troy in his live chat, I said, until he starts becoming a positive force in my life, I was going to ignore him.
Did you also tell that to Jody?
Jody's just got to pay super chats to insult me in here. That she didn't do anymore.
Muskie is bony like pike. Well.
Yep. Well, if you know how to fillet them, you can get that back strap right off the top of them. You get the fillet around that Y, get that fifth fillet or fourth and fifth fillet off the tail. I believe it's the same way. There's a way to get the bones out of a pike if it's big enough. So, and the little ones, you can cook the bones out like you would anything else.
Yeah, that's the thing about crappie. If you happen to miss one, the bones are so small, it pretty much cook up.
And back in the day when men were men, we would eat our fish with the bones in and not worry about it too much and just eat around them. So
them days are kind of gone with the wind. Can we say hello to Mike Sampson? I don't remember.
We did say hello to Sampy. How you doing, Sampy? And there's Greg again. On that note, I'm not going to read Troy's comment because my wife's listening. Troy, you big jerk. I ought to bang you for life for that. I want to say have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I got some drinking to do tonight, apparently. I look forward to seeing you guys for the whole holiday season here on Cranky Old Anglers. I almost said Panfish Nation.
Well, we're going to make mistakes like that along the way because, that's what people do that are real about things. And these are going to be fun shows. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about fishing and deer hunting and, we're mainly talking about fishing, but we get off on cooking
and oysters and testicles.
Yeah, I ain't no nut. But we're going to have some fun. So if you want to have some fun, be here every Wednesday night at 7.
Bye, everybody.
See you soon.
Maybe we'll learn how to end a show one of these days. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.